All right, our next project is the dustpan. First thing you're gonna need to do for the dustpan is make sure you have a 22 by 14 piece of metal. Okay, this one's 22 by 14. You will have a set of blueprints. The first thing I would do is lay out, again, all of your marks. For this particular dustpan, we want the final product to be 15 wide, 10 long, and the back half will be 3 inches tall. And just based on the blueprints, I know that the front end of my dustpan being 15 means that on each side we need to leave 3.5 inches. Okay, and that'll be for our side walls. So take 1, 2, 3.5, and just mark that off for now. Same thing over here at 3.5. Okay, I'm using a Sharpie so you can see well. You could use a scribe, scratch all, okay? There's my 15 inches. For the sides, I know that I want those to be 10 inches, but we need to leave 3 inches, 3.5 for our back wall. So I'm gonna go 3.5 off of the sides here as well. So there's 3.5. Okay. There's 3.5. So we have some marks here. I know that this 3.5 is laid off or reserved for the back wall that'll get folded up, and then this 3.5 is for our side walls. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is label off some hems. So, you know, the front of our dustpan will go from this mark to this mark. I'm going to do 1/2 inch hems all the way around. There to there, I know there's a 1/2 inch. Okay. I know that in here I will hem. Okay, that'll be my hemming line. So there's my front hem. The next one I'll do is along the back. Okay, we said that we're reserving 3 inches. We also know that this dimension is the same across. It's going to be 15. Okay, so we're going to take 3.5 inches off each side down here. So in between there, I will want a hem at 1/2 inch. So we have a hem for our back wall. At this point, kind of have our boundary drawn out here with our 3.5 inch marks. So you could go ahead and connect those. Okay, so we know this should be 15. We got 15 there. 15 down there. Staying pretty good. We also know now, okay, that these corners will not be needed. Okay. From here up will get cut out, except for some tabs to weld on. So here we can do some layout of some tabs to weld on. A little 3/4 inch long sides would work here. Eventually this sidewall will get hemmed, so you can mark out 1/2 inch right here. So we know where to draw to. Connect those. And you have a tab to weld on. You do the same thing right there. As far as hems go, our blueprints are going to show us that we need to hem in one more spot. We want 3 inches, like a 3-inch square right here for our dustpan before we start having a slanted sidewall. We're going to have a 3-inch square. So we're going to measure down 3 inches. So we're going to want to hem this little section, basically. So draw a 1/2 inch in. Okay, we know we need to hem there. You can label your hems with an H. So far we have our hems all drawn out. Okay, we could lay out our other tab quick. Okay, tabs on. We know we're gonna cut this out. Okay, don't need this. We will need, okay, let me see the tabs, this section. Now we draw the edges. You're gonna want to draw them to your hem line. So be careful here not to draw them all the way to the end. just want to draw them to where the hem ends, which would be right there. Best way, just connect hem to hem. And it's going to be 7 and almost 3/4. Okay. So come down. So what's going to happen? Okay, you're going to fold up all of your hems first. You're going to hem everything. Once you get this, will get cut off. You'll cut what you need to. You'll hem all of your hems, and then you'll want to bend up your sidewalls with your tabs. Okay, kind of like in the tool tray, you'll want your tabs up. Then you'll be able to bend your back piece up, and the tab should come with it. You'll be able to weld those to your sidewalls of your dustpan, and you'll have the pretty general shape of a dustpan going. So the first thing I did was cut out some room for us up here on the ends. I cut out some room right here. Okay, this should allow us to go put this in the break and hem our front edge, hem our 2 side walls here. We could hem this while we're at it. So basically do all of our hems, and then once these are out of the way, we will be able to cut this straight line with the shear to make it a nice, perfectly straight line. So we're going to hem those first, and then we'll cut with the shear. So when we have everything hemmed up, okay, we use the break, fold it over on itself, flatten it, okay. Once you get your hems done, we are going to come to the shear and cut on our slanted line. Okay, we're not making a straight cut anymore. So let's make sure we line our cut up with the blade. Again, it's foot lever, 1 person at a time. You'll hold your piece down, make your cut. So now we're ready to bend. You bend your sidewalls up first with your tabs, and then we will switch over and do our back wall so that the tabs go right inside of our sidewalls in the spot to weld. So now we can bend our back side up. I'm going to take the handbrake, make sure that our tabs will fit nicely inside. Just give them a little bit of a P-bend. Right, we're starting to take shape here. Starting to get the shape of a dustpan. Next thing we'll be able to do is weld, and then we'll have to make our top piece and handle. So we'll get it together, a couple welds on the spot welder, right on your tabs, which are tucked nicely inside your sides here. What do you do there? So the next thing we're going to do is make a piece to cover up this back section so we can make a handle that holds on to it. You can find a piece of scrap metal. Okay, this one is not real square, nor is it the right size, but you should check to see that it will be big enough. Okay, so this one will be big enough. We already know that these should be 3 inches. Okay, so 3 inches, that's how long wide our piece is gonna have to be, but we're gonna need some extra to fold in and weld to on the inside of this. So we're gonna need 3 inches wide, and instead of just 15 inches, we might want 16, so we can make 1/2 inch bends. Okay. So I'll just measure this out. Okay. We have 15 inches wide, but we want 1/2 inch on each side to weld to. So we're gonna go to 16. Okay. So we're 16 there. And I know I need 3 inches wide. So we'll measure 3 inches across the whole way down. Okay. I'm making this be inside. These guys be find the right ends here. Add a hem to this edge. So we go an extra 1/2 inch out. Actually, bring 1/2 inch wide. So we got a hem. Okay. We can double check that. We need 16 inches here. And we bend at 1/2 inch. So we're measuring 1/2 inch on each side. That's what we want to. So we're gonna bend those. Okay. It means we don't really need to hem there, so you could have extended your mark out. Know that you don't need to hem there. You'll actually cut that off. So you'll cut that off. Hem the edge that's going to be in the front. Bend your 2 tabs in for welding, and this will be your top piece. Okay, so we have our piece made. We want our hem to be in front. Okay, it's going to sit in there like so. I decided to clamp both sides in. Figured it would make it a little easier to weld. So let's go in here. So what I did here was draw out the handle. Okay, we have a 9-inch side, 3-inch side. So we have a 3x9 start for our handle. We have a 1/2 inch hem on each side. Okay, so we're going to end up with a 2-inch wide handle once we hem those over. This mark going across is at 3 inches. So on the back of our dustpan here, we're going to be using 3 inches of this handle to go from the back and up above it so that we can fit our hand underneath of it, hold on to it. So we're using that 3 inches to get up above our dustpan. We're going to fold the rest of this handle over. We're going to make another line down here where we want to bend underneath the bottom of the front here in weld 2. And I'm going to do that after this is cut out. After you weld your handle on, you have a finished product. Okay, handle's not going anywhere. You will get blueprints to lay out the actual dustpan itself, and this piece here, okay, top piece, you will have to get a little creative with your handle. I'm going to let you customize that, whether you want to go with a square handle or a rectangle handle like this. Okay, obviously it works. Could fit my hand in there, it would work just fine. You could try out the roller and try to make a round handle. You could do a number of different things, so I'll leave that to you. Otherwise, the rest of it you'll have blueprints for. So there is your dustpan.